We're live here from Michigan International Speedway. Second race tonight on the Sim Racer Hub Challenge, as I have somebody else in the booth with me, but I just have my desktop audio muted so you don't have to hear him yelling, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. He's got his food with him. I will jump out here real quick and talk to him.
I hope you didn't.
I know. I didn't. So the person who qualifies up front is Doug Newbigging. He won the race right before this, so he's kind of trying to continue his dominance here. Brian Knowles second, Brandon Zimmerman third, Gabriel Ellison fourth, Clinton Sneed fifth, Andy Trapano sixth, Stu Leslie seventh, John Peely eighth, Doug Denise ninth, Joseph Pliger 10th, James Nelson 11th, 12th Michael Garone Jr., 13th Zachary Hockenmeyer, 14th Matthew Ayla, and 15th is Anthony Thurber. That is a race control driver in here, so we don't have to worry about him. So, but I'll bring up some track facts here. Michigan's a pretty big track, 2 miles, so we're going to see a lot of people going flat out in the corners, just keeping their footing and trying to keep up their momentum. You'll see some drivers running high, some drivers running low. Really, wherever you can keep your momentum wound up is where we're going to see everybody running in this race. But the 75 laps, I believe laps are about close to a lap here, so maybe a little bit under an hour, I'd say this race will take with no cautions. That is saying there is no cautions here.
If there's no cautions.
Oh yeah, that's a big if, but it seems like there's not many cautions in this league, luckily. But hopefully we'll see some very, very clean racing here. Andrew, what do you expect to see from these drivers here at Michigan?
Well, what I expect is kind of like Atlanta, the new Atlanta, is it's going to be separate, different pack racing, and the draft is going to be very important. You're going to be seeing 3 wide easily, 4 wide occasionally, and probably on those restarts coming out of turn 2, probably going to be 5 wide.
Yeah, I mean, especially with these trucks too. The spoiler on these trucks is what will really make a big difference, because it's going to be pretty draft heavy. Having that big spoiler on the rear end, draft will be a big factor. If you get hung out, you're probably going to the end of that line. You're not going to go anywhere else unless you side draft somebody really hard. It's going to be very difficult for them. But drivers, I know some of them are definitely looking for redemption, as I actually will bring in the 30 under the next caution. Sorry, the 38 under the next caution. Was able to interview him last race. He placed second. He was driving the wheels off that thing, really getting loose everywhere, but keeping his foot in it. So I give him a valiant effort for that. But they'll go green this time by. We led, or they should be going green this time by. I believe they may.
No, they extended it 1 lap.
So they extended it 1 lap, so they should be fine. I'm not sure why they extended it 1 lap.
Well, while we got this time to wait for the green flag, I just want to say, Dubby, amazing sponsor of ours, mainly for Bryce and us at HSR. But I just recently bought Dubby energy drink. Well, they're energy packets for their starter pack, and I'm gonna get mine tomorrow, and I'm gonna be quite excited.
And I've yet to buy that stuff that I just don't normally buy, but now I might give it a try if it doesn't taste too bad, as I'm kind of somebody who really wants to just get energy naturally. I don't want to be all hyped up on that caffeine. That wouldn't work best for me, and that's actually, if I get too much of that, that's actually pretty much illegal for me. Where I do college sports, you can only have a certain amount. Maybe get me too hyped up, get me kicked out of even banned from doing track, sadly, so I just kind of stay away from that stuff.
You get me jacked up on the roids, man. Coffee roids.
The 70, he's going to lead him to green here. He's going to have the 17 of Brandon Zimmerman behind him. Outside of the 7, it's going to be the 70 of Brian Knoll. He struggled last race. He's going to have the 27 of Gabriel Ellison. Gabriel finished third, so didn't have a bad finish last race either. But not the finish that those drivers exactly wanted. This is going to be maybe even the playing field just a little bit here, but they're going to get green flag this time by. Pace car will pull in. Start will be off of Doug whenever he fires. The 70 of Brian can go also. He's waiting, gets in the restart zone, waits till the very end of it, and then takes off. surprised he waited that long to go. He waited till the very end of that restart zone to take off on those guys. But oh, the 70. If he can get clear of the 70, he needs to get up in front of him as fast as he can. Because if he doesn't, that's going to be kind of hard as he's actually pulled away now. But tires are going to be a big factor at Michigan. I've saw drivers come in 5 laps later than somebody, and the tire difference is absolutely huge here.
Yep. Michigan is such an old track that you really don't think that it would eat up tire wear, but due to the banking and how tight and wide open these tracks are, it really eats up the tires. Unlike Auto Club. Auto Club takes some time, but it does eat up tires fast.
That 7, he's got the lead, but that 7, he's kind of looking on him. It's going to be weird to see. You wouldn't think drafting packs would form here, but they kind of would, because if you get hung out, you're hung out. I mean, you are all alone until you can get somebody behind him or tucking behind him, as the 93 is going to put it 3 wide below the 83 and the 29. The 29 was running fast last race, but it ended up getting caught up in a wreck. Because that is the 29, just making sure. There's 2 trucks that look the exact same. The Clinton comes up right in front of the 29, just able to get up in time. That 93 is going to still work that bottom. Wrapping that bottom can maybe hurt your tires. As 31, the 88 is actually kind of a straggler here. He's got to hold on to this draft as long as he can. As that 7, he's got a posse on the bottom. The 70 is pushing him with arrow shove. The 17 is coming with the shove also. Will the 70 take a run? He takes the run. No, thinks about it.
Nope.
You definitely see him think, man, should I take this run? Should I lay off? He decides to lay off on him, doesn't want to take it just yet.
38's coming with a run. Looking at the outside of the 70.
38 last race, he was wheeling that truck very, very loose, but he's keeping his foot in it for as long as he could. He was giving all he got there. He's just going to clear the 70. He's barely clear, but now he can slide up in front of him. Get the shove off of his bumper. Clinton's working on that bottom. The 29's coming with him. So is the 93. Seeing drafting definitely playing a big factor here. You saw the 38 take a look, decide not to. 70 tries to get him on the bottom now. Just trying to get there. On him, he's not clear.
He's going to have the advantage on the outside.
He's going to get that huge run in that 7 of Doug. If he stays up top. No, he doesn't stay up top, so he comes down to help his teammate. That opens the door for the 38. The 38 has a big enough run. He can maybe get to the outside of him, hold on to his quarter panels. I think he may just not be there yet. He had it for half a second. If he can get into the throttle really good, he gets it into, gets into it very well. He might pull a crossover on him.
He does.
He goes in front of the 70. Wow. 70 is going to have to give him a shove now. He's got no choice. The 27 is going to come down to that bottom lane. That 7 might lose a lead here unless he can side draft very, very hard. He's going to have to do it pretty hard. 27 hops up back in that lane. 38 might have to send it into this corner, just get clear just enough as he's clear right now. He can slide up. He needs to do it. He slides up just in front of him. They're going back at it in the back of this pack, the 83, 77. These guys top, bottom. The 17's looking to put it 3 wide. He thought about it, just wasn't there. He's going to shove that 38 maybe. He's looking to who does he want to shove here? Then he's going to take the closest person to him. That'd be the smart decision by him. Is that 7. He's all alone on the bottom. He's going to have some help very, very soon. Because if he doesn't, it's going to be very difficult for him to get up there. So 70's coming with the run. Not going to be in time to help the 7, though. That 17's looking to put it.
Got a hole.
Oh, he's looking to put it 3 wide. He's definitely thinking about it. He's going to actually take that run off. That bite off the top lane. Get onto the bottom. Right back to the top. 29 gets into the wall. You saw him tap it there. That's going to slow him down. That's going to slow the 93 down behind him. Also, 93 did not want to see that happen at all. Going to slow him down. But luckily not hurt him too bad. The 7, he's tucked back in line. This IA2, he might actually go lose 1 more position. That's that 93. He might be looking to take him 3 wide. 70 comes back up in line. He had it there. 93 is trying to side draft really hard. He's got the 27 coming with the push behind him now. Give him a good shot.
Contact.
Drivers will definitely start using the bump draft to their advantage here. Expect to see a lot of people beating and banging off each other. What do we have here? 70 and this 70 and 77. 70 and this 7, and I keep wanting to say 77 up here, as hopefully I don't butcher it and say
Atlanta instead of Michigan.
Atlanta. I have that clipped. I'm going to post that somewhere just to show how bad I butchered that. That was terrible. The 77, or no, sorry, 7 is coming with a shove to the 7. The 17 comes with a shove to the 38. So kind of shoves being traded from these guys. I think they've realized I don't want to be passing this early on. I think it's smarter to run behind a truck, especially extend your fuel mileage just a little bit, because if you can get maybe only 2 laps on somebody on tires, that's going to make a really, really big difference. I mean, it's going to be huge. It's not going to, well, actually, it's going to be weird. Oh, a 75 into the wall, 77 as I was looking away. Contact from these 2 drivers. 77 caused a wreck last race. I'm already butchering words, and it's only been 21 minutes into the stream here, but that's going to kill the front end.
Side by side with the 38.
7 was looking back there. The 38's under fire from the 17.
7 men takes the lead.
He takes the lead, but because he's going to slide up in front of him. If that 38 can get a good run off that high side, 38 maybe pulls a crossover. He's looking for it. I don't think he realizes. He realized that the 7 was going to probably hang him out to dry. He came back up. 7's going to try to go to the bottom of him now, try to take the second place position from him. Just not there just yet. Driver's fighting it out. 77 was already down pit road, so I know he's not going to be happy with the 75 at all if I was him. 70's back there. 17 goes back down to the bottom, blocks the 7. Might have had a little bit of a run, decides to come down, cut his nose off, not letting him utilize the run that he got there. These drivers going side by side. 70 comes down into the 93 just a little bit. Maybe has to kick his rear end out ever so slightly here. These guys back in the back of the pack are pretty calm. The 29 is trying to go under the 88, or sorry, not the 29, the 31. Similar paint schemes. Trying to go under the 88 right now. Just not there just yet. Drivers seem to be pretty calm. Up front, it's not very calm. Though the 17 under fire from the 38. Who's the 7 going to go with? He's going to go with the 17. But that 38 can hope that that 93 can get to his bumper, because if he gets there in time, the 93 is trying to come up in line, though. Almost got himself turned. I think the 27 lifted, realizes, man, you were not clear. If I would have stayed in it, you would have been in the wall head first. Let's be very careful with these moves that they're making. Drivers saw him try to force their way back in line. That's very, especially on these trucks with this low horsepower, high downforce. Momentum is everything. If you can get momentum and especially keep it, you will get a massive run. That 70 slides up in front of the 70. 38's all alone. He might want to tuck in behind this pack, might want to get in behind this last truck in line as the 27 is kind of broken into 2 groups here now. 83's trying to pass the 29. 29's probably going to let 83 go as they realize, man, we're losing time here. I don't need to be messing with you just yet.
We kind of been split off into 2 different packs of almost 6 cars each.
Pretty even throughout these numbers. I think these guys, they realize this 38, he's going to be slowing these guys down up here. That's going to drag the 83 close to him, but will be close enough as the 40 is going to try to go under the 29. So these guys back here, even though they have an opportunity to catch up to this pack up front, they're slowing each other down with doing this right here. They need to be even with each other. 70, the 7, and the 17 are all lined up because these guys are just going to try to draft each other. 27 is trying to get past the 93. That would be all the Lucky Beans coffee trucks, the sponsor name. All 4 trucks lined up in a line. Pretty similar paint scheme for most of them, but besides the 17, 17 has went purple and black. Not a bad one. I do like how it looks. I'll pull up some pit strategy here. Let's see, so they've gone 12 laps. Actually, I'll have to wait for that to update. I want to see what some of these other things do here. Right now they're on 13 laps of fuel. So that's not what I wanted to see, but that's very interesting. I might use that a little bit later in the race. You can see these guys are just running in a pack pretty much. The 93 might go off the bottom. Might not be a good move from him. He's off the bottom of the track. 27, he's trying to get that pass done, but with that draft, I don't know if he has a chance to pass him. It's going to be very hard. I think he realizes he hops back up in line. The 75, he's down pit road finally. It's like the 77, he's out of the race. He decides to be, and I'm going to leave here. I think he's not going to be too happy with the 75 at all. Do not blame him. These guys are just kind of running in a line here. I'm not sure about their fuel. I think you can maybe go, it's fixed fuel, you can maybe go 25 to 30 laps, I'd say. What their fuel mileage may be at this track. '17's getting a look from the 7. 7 might just be peeking out, getting a little bit of fresh air on the nose of his truck. I don't think you can overheat in these. I mean, I've never overheated by pushing somebody. Saying that, I don't like to hit anybody. I get really nervous when I do that because I don't want to spin them. But this group back here is maybe catching just a little bit.
Oh, 27 might go 3 wide with a 70 and 99. That's
They're thinking about it back here. Drivers going to go at each other.
It's all about momentum with these drivers. You got to catch each other's drafts and try to pull off of one another.
It's going to be interesting to see how these guys drive. I think most of them will be pretty helpful with each other. The 70 gets tight under the 93. You see the 70 have to bail out of the throttle. You can see it now. The 38 is going to split him 3 wide. 38 on the bottom, 70 in the middle, 27 up top. Now it's 2 wide. 22 drivers back here.
Momentum that the 70 lost.
Yeah, even just
that little screw up.
Just barely having to crack that throttle, and he just drops to the end of the line of his package. He might not, though. He's hanging tough with the 38 on the bottom. Or, sorry, on the top, 38 with the truck on the bottom. But just barely cracking that throttle. It's just, you lose so much speed with this low horsepower. You really got to be keeping your foot in it. That's why these things are a little bit easier to control, because, you know, you got to keep your foot in it. Most of the time you may say, oh, keeping your foot in it. Well, no, keeping your foot in it with low horsepower isn't that much of a difference. It's really not. Looks like Andrew's having some good pasta moments over here.
Good pasta moments. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second.
I definitely will. My mic real quick here. Sorry about that. I had to tell Google to add a note to something so I could go look back at it. I need to bring a piece of paper up here, but now it's too old school. I think the 88 and 83 have realized we need to draft each other. We ain't going to get anywhere by racing right now. We got to get up to this pack up front. They're losing a lot of time. So maybe if the 83 runs a little bit lower, 83 can run, or sorry, 83 runs lower, 88 can run a little bit higher, give them a shove down the back stretch. I think that's what they're doing. So yeah, they're definitely shoving each other now. They're not really wanting to do much, but the 7's trying to take the lead from the 17. He's clear of him now. He can slide up in front of him. I think he'll do it. So he's going to go to the lead. 93's working his way back through this field. 70's on the bottom. 70's still the straggler of this pack. Driver's been pretty clean so far. One incident that didn't bring out a yellow, but ended the night of the 77 and the 75. Their hopes of winning are basically over. How is the 75 only 2 laps down? It's kind of odd to see that.
Sorry about that, guys. When the boss man calls, the boss man calls.
I'm my own boss.
You're boss number 2 for me. But as you can see, the 7 and the 17 are able to pull away from the 38, the 93, the 70, and the 27 because they've been relying on each other's drafts while these 4 back here have been battling with each other.
I think the 38 might have gotten away from those Lucky Means coffee trucks, so he's kind of able to break that up. So I think he won't really have to worry about that just yet. Maybe a little bit later he will. I think he might be fine right now. We just got another message here. Hold on.
I think somebody pitted.
We'll see. Did somebody go down pit road? The 77's back down. Yeah, that was the truck that was involved earlier. He goes back down pit road.
And we have these 4 guys back here of Zachary Holkelman to Leslie. Sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these names wrong. Clinton Sneed as well. They got screwed up through an incident earlier on in the race, and they've been struggling to get back up to that lead pack.
Yeah, you see how much of a factor the draft plays. I mean, it's a huge one, especially just as I said earlier, you have to keep your foot in it, and you have to be carrying that speed. If you get tight, one corner get loose, and you lose 2 miles an hour, that difference shows up drastically, and you wouldn't think it does, but it's a huge difference on tracks like these, especially.
Yep.
Driver's been pretty calm. We'll go on board here with Doug up front. Actually, we'll go back where the action is. We'll go back to the 17 of Brandon Zimmerman. You can hear him lifting out of the throttle there, trying not to run into the back of the truck in front of him.
But look how steady he is with that wheel.
He's keeping it steady as he can. I've saw a lot of drivers, though, they'll be steady with the wheel, but they'll be too steady because they'll be too tight, and that'll burn off your tires really quick. But you see that 38.
I wouldn't be that tidy with the wheel because I'll be on a controller.
Yeah, that is true.
The controller's a whole other story.
Andrew races with controller, so he doesn't get the feel of some certain things that we do, but he definitely be seeing the tightness. You don't really have to feel it. You can see it if you're turning the wheel and your truck's not going. You either got a blown tire or that thing is tight.
Hmm.
The 1793 and the 70 are kind of back here battling. They need to probably sort this out. That 70's trying to stick on that bottom. He's going to be burning off his tires. That 38's losing touch with 17 just a little, or sorry, 7 just a little bit, but he's able to keep his draft. You can see him. Watch it. He's chasing him down the track because that 7, he's trying to break the draft as much as he can. He realizes, if I can break your draft, you ain't going to get to me, but doing that's also going to be scrubbing off a lot of speed here, but he's got to be very, very careful with that, as I believe pit stops maybe coming up in the next 10-ish laps here. I'm not sure what their fuel load is. Do you think the 17, 93, 70, and 27, they realize we need to draft and get back with these guys up front, because if we don't, we're going to be left in the dust very quickly.
Very much left in the dust. Don't forget, it's just like Daytona, Talladega, New Atlanta. Pit stops are going to matter. You're any 10th of a second off. You enter pit road a little too fast. You enter pit road a little too late. You're slow into your pick box. You're slow on your exit. You're slow entering back up on track. It can cost you the draft. And if it costs you the draft, it can cost you the race.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think, sliding over it and backing up just super fast. I mean, it's only a second, but that second is just amplified, especially when you're going over almost 200 miles an hour at this track. You are literally going foot to the floor, trying to keep up all the speed that you can, and you've got to be very, very finicky.
It's different when it comes to 1.5 to even short tracks. Short tracks is all about braking. You can screw up on pit road, and yes, you may go a lap down, but if you could I'm having a stroke myself. If you could have still consistent lap times and be faster than the leaders, you can gain on them. You can gain time back. It's all about constant momentum, constant driving, and lessen the mistakes. With a small field like this, with little to no cautions happening, you can't afford the mistakes. Look at Douglas and Andy. I said Andy. Andy pulling away from Brandon, Joseph, and Brian.
As we talk about them, the 38's trying to go to the high side of the 7. He's got the 7 clear, but that 7's going to get a good bite on the bottom. 38 washes up the track just a little bit. I think he got a little bit tight. We got in the marbles just a little bit. That's going to allow the 7 to battle back, but it's going to drag the 17 back with them maybe just a little bit, especially if they start side drafting. Have to see how affected their lap times are. You can already see time being chopped off. One of these drivers is going to have to send it in there deep. Maybe it might be the 38. If I was him, I'd like to run that high side, get on the brakes maybe just a little bit, and then really get back on that throttle and put the power down, but they're still going to be going back at it. This is going to definitely drag into 17. If these guys back here will start giving each other a little bump, I think 7 probably might want to give up his spot to the 38 here really soon, but he's still going to fight. No, can't blame him for fighting. You want the lead. You see the lead. You don't want to lose that clean air, as it is possible to run away with the lead if you saved your tires. I mean, it may take a while and it may take forever to do it, but you can slowly kind of dig a hole for those guys to get out of and then shove them in there. Guys back here going at it. 93's on the bottom. Just trying to make it work. I think he has a hole in line now if he wants to fall in line with these guys. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how long their fuel can last exactly. It's going to be kind of a mystery for me. Not even I know.
Again, these guys are going side by side, and somehow the pack behind them isn't catching them, which is quite shocking. But the cars that were in that other pack, they're slowly catching the second pack. So I think it's more about the tire wear with these guys.
The drivers realize I don't need to be burning these things off. I kind of got to, take care of them, because if you burn them off, you're in for a treat. It's going to be difficult for you.
Zachary is now under 2 seconds behind Gabriel.
See if he can run him down. And the thing is, he's alone too. But I say within the draft, you got to be about 6/10, maybe 7/10 if you're lucky to even get the draft. So he's got a long way to go. Once you get the sniff of the draft, you'll be able to tell, because you just feel that big speed pickup. But the 38's finally gotten past Doug. It took him forever. The two were going back at it. Really didn't even lose time to the 17, the 93, the 70, the 27. I think these guys have burned up their tires, because normally doing that they would gain on them, but the 17 is going to probably set sail and try to catch Doug and Andy. But these two might run away with it, especially if the 7 can hold on to the bump for the 38 and give them a little bit of a shove every now and then. I don't need to look at. Actually, I have to look online for something. Need to get a new PC case, because this one's getting trapped in the heat just a little bit. Trapped in the heat just a little bit too much, and it's definitely older. So let's look at that really quick while these guys are going at it up front.
Yeah, and they are still falling behind.
Now they are putting down some fast laps. So last lap, these top two put down a 41.31, 41.35. Zimmerman put down a 41.84, and Plager put down a 41.68. So they are definitely pulling away from these guys behind them. And it may be a kind of a 2-truck breakaway, maybe. I don't know. And it could be, but they're definitely putting some distance on them. But the 88 has caught the 27 now. He's gotten the sniff of the draft from these guys. So maybe he saved his tires long enough, because he's managed to work through this. That's a very familiar paint scheme. I know where that is from. That's from Sonic 1 Racing Chassis. Had him make me a paint scheme for the Ghost League that you may see tomorrow. My driver Dylan Hervaten, he may choose to run it. He may not to. I'm not gonna make him run it if he doesn't want to. I mean,
he should, since you gave out that shout out.
I mean, well, it's his car. I mean, it's his car. I'm not an owner that's like, hey, you got to drive this paint scheme or you're out of the team. I mean, it's
you're out of the team. You're fired.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Yeah, I picked him up after DJ got banned from Ghost League. Picked him up as my driver. Asked Hupka if I could. So Hupka said yes. Picked him up. Made a team just for him. Only driver on it.
That's crazy right now. I just looked at the difference. That last lap, 1 second faster. Andy and Douglas are over Joseph in that second pack. That is insane.
Yeah, they are
pulling away.
They are putting some distance on him now. I've got to clean something off here. Stuff. Oh, yep. I knew they were going to have to come to pit. So lap 35. Now, if they have excess fuel, the 38 wiggles. You see him got on the brakes. 88 is going down pit road. He's hauling it, using all he can. Almost sends it. Let's see if he got a speeding penalty. If he got slowed down in time, that's going to be absolutely amazing. I don't think he did, though. I think he might have got too fast on entry, because you saw him shoot down there. He didn't get into the brakes until much later than those guys in front of him. Trying to get all he can. Would not blame Brian that, though.
Now, this race is going to depend on who wins the race out of pit road. Will it be Andy or Douglas? How far away will each one pull away?
The watch looks like somebody behind the 7 didn't get a good exit. The 7 is going to barely beat the 38, so they're going to come out pretty similar.
Yeah.
So,
couple car length difference.
I think that may be enough for the 38 to keep the draft. They got to be very careful on this exit of pit road. The elevation change, you think the banking down there will help them, but the banking's not that great, so they can really spin out, as I've done that multiple times. And when I was just started out iRacing, I mean, even Harvick has done it this season. He got spun around on the bottom of a track. He thought Well, really, it wasn't even the track. He thought that up was that up on the gear shifter was go up a gear, and when that's down in those cars, made it wheel hop. I think the 7.
Let's not poke too much fun at Harvick. I mean, he did win at Michigan.
Yeah, first time in a year, so definitely give him that. Took him forever. So I think
2 years,
Harvick
actually.
I think Harvick's kind of lost his mojo, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I think he's on the decline.
I mean, same thing with Kyle Busch. I heard a rumor. Okay, let's all put on our tinfoil hats, everybody. Rumor is he might go to HSR. Now that might not shock a lot of people, but there's another team that he has talked to. The rumor has it that he's talked to a Ford and a Chevy team. The Ford team probably definitely HSR because they have the money for him. The other option is probably Colleague Racing.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's like a dark horse there, I'd say, from those teams.
Exactly. But I was thinking, what other Chevy team is there out there? There's Hendrick Motorsports, but I don't think they're going to bring Kyle back. They got no room.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to put him there.
Unless they do a trade.
I mean, the only driver I can see them maybe trading is Alex Bowman, but that seems unlikely to me to begin with. I don't think they'd get rid of Alex Bowman. I mean, Alex...
Or they trade the sponsor. Think about it.
I mean, Kyle Busch, he ran with Hendrick early on in his career. That's where he got his start. He drove the 25 when they had it. I believe he drove the 5 also. Then Hendrick couldn't handle his temperament. That's what they literally said. He had to let him go.
I think Kyle Busch definitely has matured after his time at Hendrick.
Yeah, he's definitely chilled down.
My other guess, and this will be a lifesaver for them, JT Doherty Racing. They were looking to shut down their doors before the season even started. Even after the season started, they were looking to shut down their doors. But Ricky Stenhouse Jr. somehow managed to pull off, I think, 3 back-to-back top 5 finishes. Or I think if I remember, Darlington, Dover. Dover, he finished second behind Chase Elliott. And he had a fat car all race long. And I'm thinking, maybe have Kyle Busch there, maybe try to bring over some sponsors, and see if Ricky Stenhouse Jr. can put up some sponsors. I mean, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. does have NOS, and Kyle Busch has been sponsored by NOS for a long time in his career. So you have that connection there.
I think sponsors will go where Kyle Busch goes. It's just the problem of him, finding who will take him and who will pay the price.
Exactly. He has said he will take a pay cut.
I believe he realizes that the team that he's with is good. As the 38's on the bumper of the 7th, I think these guys are just shoving each other at this point. I think they've realized, man, we are so far ahead. It's really me and you.
Yeah.
Now
they pulled off 5 seconds after the pit stop cycle.
It's gonna be interesting. Can they make it on fuel? Is the question. They pit on lap 35. Clint Snead pit on lap 37. He's the last truck to pit besides Gabriel Ellison. So maybe Gabriel and Snead have barely enough fuel to make it to the end, but no, if you're about 1 to 2 laps short on fuel when you come in, you're going to be able to make it because the pace is going to slow down. You'll gain about a lap or 2 of fuel. Now, gaining 5 laps, that's a different story. You're going to have to be drafting with somebody that whole entire time. That is going to be extremely difficult for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're, I believe, a little bit... Yeah, they're a little bit past halfway now. The 7, he's getting a shot from the 30. I think these two. I think that, oh my gosh, they are pulling away from these guys back here.
They are.
They are
catching James Nelson. Now, what will the leaders do? Will they just roll right by James Nelson, or will they, try to suck up some draft with him?
Saw James getting that accident earlier. Collected the 77. 77, he is pretty much out of the race. He's sitting in pit road. Been in there for 15 minutes. So they're going to run up on him. I believe he'll probably give them a lane. Or maybe, yeah, they'll be catching a little bit of a draft. So they'll gain even more time this lap by. These guys probably don't mind it if he gets out of the way and gets out of their line, as he's going to make the 7 inner pretty shallow. 38 inner is pretty shallow also. But driver seems like this just, it's really a 2-truck shootout at this point, I'd say. And these guys are going to be, if they work,
unless we get a caution.
Yeah, that is, I mean, if caution does change everything, but if these guys were close on fuel, running like this will definitely help. It might not help as much as running back in a pack, as it may come down to fuel. As I've had a couple races that, they came down to fuel mileage, and I saw people run out on the last lap or coming to the line. But, if y'all are new here and if you're watching the stream, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, sharing the stream, that'll help us here over at Ghost Racing Network. I'll be streaming tomorrow. That will be the main stream that I'll be doing. That will be, the 17 almost off the bumper of the 88. 88 tried to give him a shove, and it didn't work out, but that's what I was talking about. I will be doing Ghost League tomorrow. That is what I'm branched off of. Amazing racing over there. Drivers will go at it. You'll see my driver, Dylan Hervatten, defending series champion Christopher Tate, will be in that race also. He's trying to defend his title. Some newcomers up in there, showing that I can race.
I do want to say, since we got some time, and since you were talking about Ghost League, I do want to talk about HSR, because our wonderful, beautiful broadcaster, what was his name again? Oh yeah, Bryce Colber.
Colber, who's that?
You.
Kobler. It's Kobler. It's a hard last name to say.
Tomato. Anyway, this beautiful man, Bryce, has made HSR streaming. Minus YouTube, but he got us the opportunity to be on Roku TV. So if you want to catch us out on Roku TV streaming, I think internationally, Roku TV is international.
I believe it is.
You can catch us live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Roku TV Sim Racing channel. I'd like to thank Roku for allowing us to be on the channel, and Bryce for being such a great commentator. And being an admin in that league, it means so much. It really does.
Yeah, I woke up today and Stan, who helps run that Roku stuff, messaged me and said, hey, you want to do... actually, let me see what he said here. I'll pull up the exact messages. I was about half asleep. I didn't know what he was saying. I'm always tired. I had to pick it for a doctor's appointment. He said, hey, just checking to see how things are going. Responded about a little bit less than an hour later. He said, you have a live broadcast on Friday, and said, money race for HSR that I broadcast. He said, I have a live slot on Friday. Just let me know what time you'll be live, and I'll schedule it. So that kind of booked it there. That was a choice of, yep, we're going live on Roku for HSR, first time that they'll be there. Just looking through some Discord messages to make sure I'm not getting any messages from people that I need to be reading, because when I go into streamer mode, it'll disable all my notifications so y'all don't hear the constant dinging of people trying to ping me on Discord. These two are just putting an absolute gap on the 70
it's
of
just
Rhino.
domination.
This is what we saw last race. The 7 of Newbigging. It was Lucas Oil Raceway. I think that dude led every single lap that race, and that's not a joke. I think he led every single lap. And then the 38, he was driving the wheels off it, and it was wrong. It was late in the race. He was loose off the corner, loose getting in the corner, keeping his foot in it. And he finished second. Was able to come up there. I don't think he had time to catch the 7 because the 7 was just so far ahead. Wasn't able to interview the 38. So maybe I can interview the 38 in victory lane this race and ask him about last race, because I didn't get the chance to. He had to put his stuff to push to talk.
Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, that changes everything. Zimmerman has crashed. See what happens here. Looks like he comes down the track in front of the 88. Yeah, just chops the nose of the 88 off. 88 sends him spinning. Nothing that the 88 can do. 88 avoid him. He just avoids him. Zimmerman goes sideways. Looks like he may save it, though. He's... Oh, see if he keeps driving and see what he does. He's just trying to save it too many times. Now this changes everything. I know the 7 and the 38 did not want to see this caution. This will probably bring everybody down pit road. Nobody's going to want to be the old person out on tires here, because that would be basically a death sentence for these drivers up front. Yes, indubitably. What do you think, Andrew?
I am looking at that replay, and I think there might have been a little bit of sabotage.
Yeah, I'll have to go look at that. I think that... Now, one thing that I do notice, even though it may look like it's on purpose, but I noticed that even with me, you got it saved and you want to get back in the throttle fully. And I think that's what he might have done on accident. As I'm guilty of that, doing that complete accident. I actually wrecked myself out at Richmond, the first race. Literally the first race that I did today. That was an A Open. But so we'll go back and look.
I don't know. It looks like he saved it, and then he's just still fully on the gas. Like why would you be already fully on the gas while saving it?
From my audio, it looks like he's... let's see when he gets out of the gas here.
So because why would you move the steering wheel that much? You gotta steady it out, let off the gas, and he wasn't... I mean, he was on the gas, but then he got off of it once you started losing it again.
Looks like he wasn't really full throttle, but I can see what you're saying. I think that maybe, the steering, it's not as sensitive, but if he has a different steering ratio, those minor corrections are making a really big difference, and at that point, he's really trying to save it. So I don't know if there's any sabotage, maybe just trying to overcorrect it, save it too much, as I've saw drivers do that also. But this kind of resets everything now. There's going to be 22 to go when they come to the line, but I'll roll some quick ads while they are under this caution here. We're live here again at Michigan. Oh, sorry. You can finish what you were saying. We didn't time that very well.
Don't worry, we are amateurs. We are not professionals, but amateurs. We have 20. We're going to come back with 22 laps to go. The field are double file, and it's again anybody's game. But I think it's going to be between the 7 or 38.
Yeah, everybody's going to be bottled up. It's kind of putting a lot of stuff in a bag that can be really explosive. Who has the lighter? Who's going to put the light under it and blow that bag up? Really, it's kind of a weird comparison, but probably not terrible, though. The 7, he's going to be on the bottom.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, I have to think of some better ones, but the 7's going to be on the bottom. 38's going to be on the top. Who's going to get the better shove from the restart? That's what's really going to come down to. 7 gets a good jump. 38 doesn't get a terrible one, but he really needs a draft of 7. May have got out too far, because I saw drivers get out way too far, and then that driver behind them can mount a huge run. What's the 38 going to do? He's going to go exit, or he's going to enter high. Probably try to get that good sweeping arch down into the corner. Taryn just got on here and said, y'all crazy, lol.
Hey, we can be as crazy as we want. It's YouTube.
Yeah, these guys are all back here now. They're all going to be in a huge pack. This is going to change everything, but 38 and the 7 are kind of in the same position they are, or they were earlier. The 88 might be split 3 wide here very soon. He gets really slow in that corner. 49 of Clint Sneed's looking on him. The 83 of Stu's right behind these guys. He's going to choose to shove Clinton. Oh, he's actually not going to. He's going to go to the high line. So he's going to be the 88 and the 49 on the bottom of the 38. He's going to try to make a pass on the 7 now, going to the outside of him. Can the 38 make it stick on that top line? If he can get it going, he's going to get to the quarter panel now. He's got a good run off the corner. He's going to get the run. 7's going to try to come up, maybe cancel it out with the side draft. But who's the 27 going to take? If the 27 goes to the bottom, that's going to give the benefit to the 7. He's going to stay top, though. So, man, I know we run that Roasted Gems coffee, but I don't want to help you here, man. I kind of got to look out for myself. If it's going to be 20 to go when they come to the line, it's going to get more intense. We're going to see more shoves happening from these drivers. They're all lined up on that top line.
3 wide in the back.
Drivers going at it. 70's on the bottom. 29's being put in the middle. 93's up top. It's the 93 of Joseph. He's all the way up at the wall pretty much. 29's holding a pretty steady line, so he's keeping it good. As they might go 3 wide in front of him again. The 17, nope, they'd look at it. Think better of it. They're going to get out of that 3 wide situation. The 38's on the bottom. He's under attack from the 7, so something must have happened up here while we were looking at the battle back here just for a quick second. 38's trying to get... No, and if I'm the 38, if I get a good run on the front stretch, and I was doing this in the A Open, I believe, Andrew, you probably saw it too, is if I was close enough to a car, I'd go in there deeper than them and just flat out outbrake him, because that's the only shot that you have to get in front of him at this track, it seems. That 7's looking around on the bumper of Andy. You see him just moving around on it. Doug's trying to get around these guys. No, this is when, I don't know, this short of a run, I think saving tires can show up. I don't know how much they would show up is the thing. They may show up a lot, they may show up a little. It'll be something that we'll have to see. If these drivers start slowing down, as the 83 might be put 3 wide here really soon. 93 is going to stay on his bumper.
I do know that within 10 laps, you can start seeing a tire difference in times. You can see who saved tires and who didn't. But at tracks like these, it is a little bit tougher to see.
And with these trucks, and this low horsepower, high downforce, saving tires is going to be a big thing. And in the next gens, it's not such a big thing, because the next gens, they have more horsepower. And those things want to slide around like they're on ice cubes half the time, and I've had to deal with that so many times. I want to rip the steering wheel out and throw it out the window because it gets annoying. Still got the lead. 27 slid up in front of the 83. 83's giving the 27 a huge shove. You can see that run that he gets. 27's going to go to the outside of the 7. 7's going to throw a little bit of a late block. 27's going to fall in line with the 7. 7 gets an arrow shove from that. That's what you're going to start seeing. They're not going to be necessarily hitting each other. It's just going to be the arrow shove that the drivers can get from the front bumper, just really shoving the air off of each other here. Like everybody has decided to run that outside lane. Nobody wants to really move from it, and I wouldn't blame them, but you can see that 27 just glued to the 7's bumper. Gives the 7 a really good run into the corner. 83's looking to the outside. 27 might be put 3 wide here if 87 or 83 can get to his quarter panel. He's not going to get there, so that 27's spared from having to go 3 wide there. Driver's been able to hold it 3 wide pretty much the whole night, so they've been able to deal with it. 70's on the bumper, the 40. 70's not having a good night at all. He's been kind of struggling here. 93's trying to side draft. You saw him quick glimpse up there. 93, the 83. The 38, sorry, I don't know why I want to say 83. 38 on the top lane. I've been butchering people's names the whole time, it seems here, or numbers the whole night.
From yesterday to today, I'm surprised you're still live streaming like crazy.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised I'm even able to put a coherent sentence together.
I mean, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, it's not very fun to deal with when you can't. Not very fun to deal with when you can't talk, it seems. Especially getting over a sore throat, man. That was not like that at all.
While your entire job is about talking.
Oh yeah, that's not fun.
Oh, 83! Watch it! He saved that.
Go back and look at that.
Woo!
Watch him drive it off the corner. See if he got a little bit of help getting in there. I believe he may have from the 88. Let's see what happens here. So, 80. Oh, it looks like. So what looks like? So it looks like the 27 kind of came down. The 83 kind of got in the brakes. 88 just got in the back. I don't think that was any malintent from him at all. As the 83's trying to deal with the block from the 29 now. He's going to shove the 29. I think it was just kind of a checkup of the driver moved up a lane. The 83 tried to bail out of it and he got hit in the back. I don't think it was really the 88 trying to turn him on purpose at all. He kind of had nowhere to go at that point. because I need to get my glasses fixed. I'm tired of wearing these goggles. I look so weird with them. Well, we see a new challenger in the 93. This 93, it looks like he's been working the top lane most of the time, and tires are going to start to show even more. 38 is going to have to kind of work both lanes, maybe go up to the top, down to the bottom, just to break that draft, because he doesn't really want these cars to catch a draft from him, because if they do, it's going to make it hard for him to maintain this leader, but he's doing a pretty good job of it so far. Oh, we got somebody. Tires screeching. We got a yellow flag. I heard some tires going somewhere. Let's see who got into it. It's like it was a 70, the 29. See what happened here. Knew I heard some tires somewhere. So, slow it down here. 70. He is in basically the middle lane. 29 is on the bottom. Looks like the 70.
I think he didn't know he was there.
Yeah, it looks like, I think I know what the 70 was. I think I know what he was doing. I think he's trying to get the bite off the corner, trying to put all the power down. Came in front of the 29. 29 had nowhere to go. 83 just squeaks by.
83.
70's actually lucky for that damage. He just kind of tail whipped it.
Hey, I just want to say, from the area that we're in, the Irish Lucky Hills, and being an Irish myself, this man has the 4-leaf clover. He has the lucky horseshoe. He has the extra wishbone. This man has been lucky all night.
Yeah, but drivers, I mean, if you don't come down here, that's just going to be a bad decision. I think everybody's going to come down pit road, top off on fuel, get that extra weight in the rear end, and then we'll have them fire off here. I don't see anybody staying out here.
The question is, who takes 2?
I don't think anybody's going to take 2. I wouldn't take 2 if I was anybody up here. I'd take 4 tires.
I mean, track position is important.
That is true, but...
And some people might have been saving tires more. So, I mean, your tires might be at maybe 98%. You're good enough.
Like, everybody's going to come down pit road, but if I was them, I'd take 4, and I'd get it over with, because top it off on fuel. So the race is going to really be between the 30 or the 38 and the end of 7 up here. Whoever gets off first, that's going to be what's going to be between these two guys. 38's got to get in pretty well. Now, if you overslide your pit box here, you're kind of in a bad position. 38 slides in there, gets in there pretty well. 7 overslid his pit box. That might have been his race gone down the drain. I was just talking about that, and he overslid it.
Same thing with the 70.
70,
too far forward.
So that's going to be heartbreak for the 7. He's going to come out. Actually, he gets out let's see where he got out. Did he get out second or third? I believe he got out second, luckily, but he overshot his pit box. You saw him have to slam it in reverse. He was able to do that very, very quickly, but that's very lucky.
He was able to get second.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, though, that doing that, you are
He might have been lucky.
Very lucky thing from him.
So, should we bring anybody in?
Let's wait.
We got 2 laps.
Let's wait, because I mean it's so late in the race here.
Come on, we got to get inside their heads.
Nah, I'm not gonna pick their brains. They're gonna have to worry about this restart. Ooh.
I honestly don't know who to take in this race. I mean, Andy and Douglas have been so even with each other.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
I think Joseph is gonna be the denominator in this.
He very well could be.
I mean, once they get back going, it's gonna be 8 laps to go.
This is where you're gonna see who has friends at this point, because you're gonna have to rely on some shoves from some people, and if you don't get it, it's gonna put you in a very difficult position here. But we'll roll a very quick ad before they get back to the green. That's rolling the W ad.
Yeah, boy, let's get some W. That'd be a lovely sponsor.
Mm-hmm. It's going to get interesting now. Drivers are not going to be making any friends. It's kind of, if I got to run, I'm going to take it. There's not going to be any second thought. If I got it, I'm going down to the bottom. I'm making the move. That's what you have to do at this point, I'd say, if I were any of these drivers. Might not be a popular move, but no, it's got to be made. It just has to. Just making sure I don't have any more notifications here. Make sure to check. They're going to get the green flag in the air. 38's going to leave him to green. 7 on his outside. 7 can he redeem himself from sliding through his pit box?
We will see.
38 gets a good jump.
Good jump.
But what I've noticed is there's 2 Lucky Beans coffee trucks. Or sorry, can't remember the sponsor name. I have to look at their truck side. Roasted beans. Roasted beans coffee trucks.
I mean, this is the Irish Hills. There is luck. It could be a lucky bean.
No, maybe these 2 will realize, man, we got the same partner here. We can leave this dude out to hang as a 38's going to try to break the draft. He might leave the top open. I think he realizes now, comes back up in front of the 7. 7 has a huge run down the back stretch. He's going to try to take it to the inside. The 38's going to have to stick tough with that 7 on the bottom. He's going to have to really start pinching him down there if I was him. Because he cannot let the 7 get clear. He's going to have to hope that the 20... Oh, the 7. Oh, he's going to go 3 wide, tuck behind the 7, be able to get just in line. He really squeezed it in there. He's going to go to try to pass the 7 now. He goes back to the bottom of him. He's going to be letting those tires scream now. You know, if it was me, I'd be having...
It's that time now.
Yeah, no, I've got pedals that vibrate. Probably at this point, driving as hard as I...
going to get the run.
Driving as hard as I am, that pedal will be vibrating. The 7's going to go back down to the bottom. It's going to be drivers. When are they going to get the run? Who's going to get the best one? 83's coming back from the bottom now. Where else he came from? Sneed's in the back of this pack. 38's kind of lost a little bit of ground. He needs somebody to work with him. He's got to hope that the 83 will work with him, but he's not going to take it. 83's going to work with the 7. 27's going to go to the bottom. It looks like the top lane has nobody with him. That's going to give them a run down the front stretch. 7 goes up in front. He goes up to the top lane. Kind of surprised by that move from him.
He goes 83 at the bottom.
83 maybe makes contact with the 38. 93's looking to the outside. He's going to maybe make her. If he can get a good run, he can give the 38 a very good shot coming off the corner. The 83 has came from nowhere. Where has he been the whole entire race?
The Irish luck is on his side.
Coming to 6
they
to go.
saved him twice from wrecking, and now they put him in position to win this race.
That 38 wants that shove from the 93 and knows if he can get it, he's going to start chasing the tail of that 7. He wants to get the draft. He's to the quarter panel of him now. He can start side drafting him. He's got to hope that the 93 can get to his bumper, give him a good enough shove. That 7 is all alone. This is what the 38 wants to see right now. If that 7, if he can get past, and that 7 is going to go back multiple positions, but that 93 is going to go to the bottom now. 93 is going to get a good run. It's going to help the 7. The 38 didn't want to see this. 93 all the way on the bottom of the track. He's going to have a really shallow entry. He's going to have to really bail out the brakes, or really bail out the gas here, be able to make the turn. He makes it, though. 7 goes up the track. 38 has to slow up. 38 maybe planning here, letting these guys race super hard as they're 3 wide, almost 3 wide back here. They're moving around now. Sneeds came from nowhere. This is getting antsy.
For the lead.
Drivers are going for it. 27 on the bottom. 93. Or sorry, 27 in the middle.
5 laps to go.
93 on the bottom. The 7's all the way up top. That 38's trying to give the 7 a shove now.
He's sliding up the track.
Drivers keeping their foot in it at this point. If they wreck, they wreck. You're this late in the race, you can't go back now and look back and say, man, I wish I did this differently. The 38's trying to give a huge shove down the backstretch. He gives one to him. He's going to try to hang tight on the outside of the 27. If the 7 can come up and give him some help, he will. Looks like he's going to do it. He's kind of pinched the 27. He
barely clears him.
He barely clears him. He gets a good shove from the 27. 27 goes back down to the bottom. Looks like it's the Roasted Gems coffee trucks are going to work together. The 38 might have the only friend in the 93 of Joseph Plager back here. He's going to hang tough on that quarter panel of the 7. 7's going to get just clear of him, though. Oh, maybe not yet.
No.
He's not clear of him just yet. He's getting a shove from the 93 now. So it's going to be a lot of drafting here.
Whoa. And they're going to be coming.
Oh, the 27 got loose. 27 got loose on the bottom. That's made the 93, gave the 93 an option. Who's the 93 going to go with? He's going to go with his Ford friend up here. Ford's trying to repeat, just like we saw Harvick do in real life. 93 gives the 38 a very good shove down the front stretch. That's going to get him clear of him now. Maybe the 7's going to have to get in there super deep to get to his quarter panel. The 83's on the bottom. You can see him there trying to make it move. He has to wash up the track just a little bit. Has to get out of the gas. But they're going to add it up here. 93 is going to make
Ooh,
it.
7 and 93 makes contact.
Touched just a little bit. He was looking to go 3 wide, and the gap closed on him there. Wasn't able to get down in time. Cautions have made this race interesting. We thought it was over between the 38 and the 7. These guys were out front way early, had a huge lead, and then a caution came out. 7 slides up in front of the 93. I think the 7 has the ace up his sleeve if he can get a draft, but these guys are not wanting to draft it all. They're wanting to race it out. As a 70, he's made it up from this rear damage. That 38, his best friend right now is a 93 truck. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, hard contact. 88 and the 83 into the wall. That changes everything here. See what happened back here.
Do you pit for tires?
See what happened here.
Field.
So the 83 looks like he just doesn't see the 17 inside of him. 17 kind of enters. He doesn't. That's not 17's fault. 83 tries to drive it, clips the 17 again. 88 has nowhere to go. Hard contact from him. 88 blows his motor on impact. 83 is going to have to limp it around here, but I don't know. You're in a tough position if you're that 38. Do you come down pit road? Because if nobody comes with you, there goes your chance of winning the race. Your chance of winning is gone. But yet
you have the freshest tires.
That is very true. But how much do fresh tires...
It is going to be a wild call of a choice.
Yeah, but if you can get a good restart and get out, I think it's better to stay out. But, I mean, these guys are probably going to do the opposite of what he does. And that's what it's going to come down to. I don't think they're going to do what he does.
But hey, some people might.
That is very true.
I would say definitely the people in the back. People in the back would definitely.
I mean, they've got nothing to lose. Might as well come down pit road to see what the 38 does. He can come by this time. Will he come down pit road? He is going to wait. He's not coming yet. He's going to... Oh, he got faked. Oh, he's lucky that many people went with him.
Oh, the whole field goes with him, and that leaves Joseph Plager all by himself.
That is going to put a dagger in the 93's chance here, I think. He's going to be the only truck on old tires up here. 38's got to be sure to get in his pit stop very clean. He does. 7's got to be sure not to overslide it. I think that might be the death sentence for the 93. He is going to be the only person on old tires. And normally if more people... Oh, the 7 takes 2. The 70 takes 2 also. So strategy being played here.
Hey, is a little bit of track position. But the problem with taking 2 tires is that it will definitely unease the car. Yes. It will make the car a little bit unbalanced when you go into those corners and on exit. So it is going to be interesting on who can hold their car with 2 tires.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be weird to do now.
I mean, that's going to put Andy all the way back into 4th place.
I still think Andy has I think he has a true shot here left, though. I don't think it's over for him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you got one car who did not pit. 2 teammates took 2 tires. And everybody else took 4. So it's going to be a toss-up. We can have a big wreck. Everyone crashes. Or someone in the back can win. Andy can win. Maybe the teammates that took the 2 tires could win.
Yeah, one thing to be seen. One thing to be seen is who lines up behind the 93. Because that's going to be a big thing. Because that 93 on the start, he's not going to have as much grip as these other trucks are, and he's not going to fire off as fast.
Oh, looks like he chooses the top side. That is really going to hurt Andy.
Now,
oh my!
If the 93 gets a good jump, it's not going to hurt Andy as much because I don't know. Normally in this position, it's kind of a weird thing to say. I would rather be the 70 because you have a clear shot of the leader. These 2 cars, like the 2nd and the 3rd place car, don't, but you do. You're not having to go off of what they're doing. And that's what I'm noticing A Open too, especially. I'd rather be the 70 right in this position because you can fire off pretty well because you have a clear view of when that leader can go.
I mean, you can go once pace car heads into pit road. You can go right as soon as you hit the restart zone, or you can go right as soon as the green flag comes out.
He's got
It's all going to be a guessing game.
He's got to be careful on this restart. Plager does, because he's got old tires. They're 11 laps old. But can the 38 come home with the winners? It's going to be somebody else. Maybe they wreck coming to this. But once the pace car pulls off, it's anybody's game. Gloves are off. Punches are going to be thrown. Drivers are going to hurt somebody's feelings. It's going to come down to the wire here at Michigan. 93 is going to wait. You can see him waiting. He might wait till the Geico restart zone here. He's going to go now. 38 doesn't get a terrible start, but doesn't get a good one. 7 doesn't get a terrible one either. It's 27's on the 38's bumper. This is what the 93 wants to see, but I think these tires are going to be too much for him to hold off. As a 38, he's going to have even more grip than the 7, so he can hang on that outside lane just a little bit longer. As he's going to get clear now. He's going to slide up in front of the 38. He will not yet, though. 7 doesn't get the exit that he needs. 93 trying to break all the air that he can. You can see him go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top, just trying to break it. If the 93 pulls it off, there's Clinton Sneed on the bottom.
Here they go. 3 wide for the lead.
38's trying to get to the... Oh, where does Sneed come from? 7's getting loose into the 90s. Oh, my gosh. Hard contact.
Oh.
Knew that was going to happen sometime soon.
Sneed just took out the entire lead.
We'll see if Sneed got on the bumper of the 7. I'm not sure if he touched the 7 there. Looks like, did he wash up into...
No, I see from my angle, he definitely did. 7 got loose, and then Sneed just rear-ended him.
Actually, it might have been before that here.
I cannot believe that just happened.
So we'll look at Sneed here in the 49 all the way on the bottom. So he's on the bottom. I think something happened behind him, too. The 70 came down into Clinton. Or 70's already loose.
Like netcode.
Looks like
or he readjusted.
Something might have been a little bit of netcode. We'll go from the rear of Clinton here. See if he did touch. Yeah, he definitely did touch the 7, and that just triggers a huge wreck at that point. We'll see how bad the crash was after this, though, because there was trucks in the wall.
I got no words. Took out Douglas and Andy, 2 most dominant cars all race, gone. Took out Joseph, gone. Took out the 70 of Brian, gone. Took out even the 27 of Gabriel, who is in second place.
Oh, the 27 looks like he's able to sneak through it. There, but you saw somebody go in the air. Not sure who that was.
Yep, that was the 93.
93. Oh my gosh. Look at this crash. He goes flying from this contact. It's like he hits a part of the wall that Iverson didn't fix.
I don't think that Andy got that much damage. I think he definitely got some side and some rear damage. But I think he's still competable. Ooh, that's a horrible way to hit.
Hard crash for him.
Ooh. Ew.
Andy, he'll be fixing all of his damage that he can. He looks like he has a pretty good truck. I think he got lucky with netcoding through some of them. But this changes everything now here. Everybody, this race is up for grabs now. I thought it was done and over.
The boss man, Clinton, even though he caused the wreck, he has a chance to win this race. Same thing with Gabriel and Brandon.
Yeah, I think that with Clinton, I mean, he had fresh tires in the 7. He's slow in the bottom. I mean, at that point, even if I was him, do you lift at that point? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a personal choice. He just chose not to. I can't really blame him for that. Actually, we'll go look and see. Did he lift? I want to see. I don't know if that... I think the 7 was already loose when he got to him. So I'm not sure if the 7 would have been able to save that. So I'm not sure Clinton did anything wrong there. I mean, he lifted... You heard him feather the throttle, so I don't think he was trying to run into the back of him. And then once he hit the 7, there's nothing that he could have done after that. takes out a lot of drivers, though. They're not going to be happy with that for sure. Drivers are pretty mad, and I would not blame them. Look at the green flag this time around. I believe this is going to be a green-white checkered attempt here from them. Oh, this is... Oh, Andrew, what do you think's going to happen here?
Oh, I think right now 27's got this in his hands. He's been up front all day. He has no damage, no nothing, and I think he's going to get the best out of this restart.
27 has a little bit of damage, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. But Clinton goes not yet. He goes now. He fires. This is a short field now. What is... Oh, they got a wreck.
Behind him.
That's going to be a caution. Looks like somebody didn't get going on the restart there.
And that's race. That's the race.
Was there only one green-white checkered here?
It's two. That was the second one.
Oh, I did not know that was the second one. We'll go and see what happens here. So Clinton Sneed wins.
Just won this race.
It's like, see, the 17, looks like he doesn't get going here. That is that the 17? That's somebody else on the bottom. We'll go look at the 27 here. Like somebody doesn't get going behind him. So 27 doesn't get a good restart. And then after that, there's a crash. So the 17 goes through the grass. It's Brandon Zimmerman. There he is. So it's White's Chim. See what happens with him. I think he just runs. I think it's just a huge checkup on the start there. Oh, he just gets drilled from the back. Through the grass. Makes slight contact with the wall. But Clinton Sneed comes home and wins it. Did not expect to see that finish here. Rex at the line. Interesting finish at Michigan here for sure.
Okay, whatever I said, just toss it out the window.
Uh-oh. Is there more restarts here?
Nope, it was only two.
Oh, so yep. So he's gonna win. I mean,
I mean, hey, at least we're gonna interview Gabriel to see what truly happened.
I'll let him do his burnout. Just I don't odd finish. That's all I can really say. Just a weird finish.
Yep. Normally we don't have any of these races finish under caution.
Nope, we do not.
But Steve caught the pace car, and he has, I believe, won this race. I mean, well, we're gonna see.
We're gonna have to. I don't know.
Oh my God.
What is it?
So they're coming to the finish. Doug doesn't realize, and Doug pitted. So he gave up second place, and Brian Knoll gets third place.
Which Doug pitted? Was it Doug Denise?
Yep.
We'll have to go back and see that blunder from him.
They're all saying on the radio, it's a Mark Martin moment. And I'm a Mark Martin fan, and that hurts. That really hurts.
Oh my gosh. He pulls onto pit road. You have got to be kidding me. He gives up a second place position, doesn't realize it. I know he is going to be absolutely furious with that.
Should we interview him just for the meme?
We might.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we might. Who knows? That's just... I don't even think he can believe that he did that. I truly don't. I truly think that. Let's watch Clinton burn it down here.
Do you want me to bring him
in? You know... Yeah, let's bring in...
Bring him in.
Yeah. I'll have to drag him all the way up here.
Hey, Doug, Denise, Andrew, and Bryce in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, he's server muted. Hey, Doug, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man? Leafy may be mad from what he just did.
He is mad.
I don't blame him.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
he
there he
unmuted.
is.
Doug, you got a copy?
I believe it's Doug.
Sorry. Okay, I don't have push to talk enabled. Yeah, I know what I did.
Man, that's just a Mark Martin moment. Andrew was the one that wanted to bring you in here. But now, how did your race go overall before that little mess up there at the end, though, man?
Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I haven't really done league racing in quite some time. It's nice to get back into it tonight with both Lucas Oil and this. But yeah, just freaking Mark Martin moment. I spaced out.
Yeah, man, it all happens to the best of us. But I was just bringing in here for a quick talk. But no, man, I put that behind you. I've done something like that before, so don't even worry.
Well, come request paint schemes at Denice Designs. I need some business. So there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See, there you go.
As I'll let him go now. I'll drag all these guys into the waiting booth. I'll put Doug in there. He can do whatever he wants. I know he's definitely mad. I would not blame him for that.
I feel so bad for him.
He probably did not want to talk. I wouldn't blame him for that, but it's a smart Martin moment.
It is.
I'm gonna bring in Brian Knoll here. Hey Brian, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man? By the way, this is push to talk for some odd reason too, so you might need to set that up real quick.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. So, looks like you were gonna get fourth, and then that happened. You get third, but how did your race go the whole night, man?
The car felt pretty good the whole night. I definitely felt like I had a top 5, top 3 car maybe, but I just got unlucky with some incidents, tapping the wall, all that had a little bit of damage. It set me back a little bit, but overall I would say it was a good race, and if it wasn't for that last yellow, I feel like I got a really good restart, so it might have been a little different up front, but hey, I mean, I'll take third place, and it sucks for both Dougs actually. They ran a really good, really nice, smooth race, so just excited for next week.
Yeah, man, it's just heartbreak for Doug. But before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank John Peel for giving me the opportunity to run for Lucky Ducks. I mean, it's a really eye-opening experience to run a league race, and I'd actually like to thank my mom and my girlfriend for watching. I know that sounds a little corny, but hey, they're probably still out there watching this, so thanks for sticking around.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good third place finish tonight.
Thank you.
That was Brian Knoll. Thought he was going to finish fourth, finished third. I'm bringing Gabriel Ellison. Hey, Gabe, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you finished third, but you finished second. But how did the race go for you overall, man?
Well, it was going pretty good until that last restart. I just left it in third gear like an idiot. So, hate that I crashed some guys there because of that, because I just didn't go. Really, really stupid rookie mistake. But part of it, I guess. Up to that, I really enjoyed that. I mean, it was good hard racing, and the first green white checker, we were 3 wide, 2 rows in a row, so something was bound to happen. But yeah, overall good racing. Enjoyed racing with everybody. It stayed pretty clean, about as clean as that kind of thing can stay. So overall, I think the truck drove really good. The track was fun, and I look forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there any sponsors you want to thank out? Any sponsors you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, man. Once again, huge thanks to Lucky Ducks with Roasted Gems Coffee, RS Button Boxes, Shady Designs. Huge shout Sim Racer Hub, and sorry again to anybody that I crashed there, but hate that. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Rookie mistakes happen, but good finish tonight, man. Go get them next week.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Gabriel Ellison. We'll bring in the race winner, Clinton Sneed. Hey, Clinton, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, so crazy finish. Ends in a green-white checkered, and caution at they wreck even before the start-finish line. But, how did the race go for you the whole entire night, man?
Well, I mean, first off, it was a really fun race here in the Sim Racer Hub Challenge. You could run about anywhere on track. You had to take care of your tires. Early on, we were watching fuel, or some of us were. I don't know if all of us were, but some of us were watching fuel and trying to save when we can. And yeah, it got pretty hectic there at the end. I absolutely hate that I got into Doug there. I guess that was the first green white checkered. Um, I was doing my best to stay off of him, but just didn't get the job done, and turned him a little bit after he was already loose. So sorry to those guys. He definitely had a super fast car, but yeah, the finish worked out for us.
Yeah, man, it just seems to work out. I mean, and you had fresh tires at 7. It's already loose on the bottom, so nothing really could have done there. I mean, you were already out of the throttle. But man, how does this win make you feel? Because you were kind of nowhere the whole entire race, and you kind of came and stole it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there, the first run, first fuel stint and stuff, I was kind of trying to save fuel and save tires, and really, lost the draft, lost. I don't know who was up front there leading, but a couple of guys there drove away by 6, 7, 8 seconds, and so they were certainly in the good spot, and I felt like we had a good Toys R Us Toyota Tundra, if we could get up there and race with those guys, and the draft was so huge that's where you wanted to be. You had to be in the draft, and fresh tires allowed you to run practically wide open. So yeah, I don't know if a couple of those guys may have been on 2 tires there on the restart that we got together, but I was on 4, and could roll the bottom fairly easily, and was able to drive through some of those guys. And yeah, that like I said, that accident was not in the plan, but it all worked out for us.
Yeah, man, a crazy finish. But before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to Sim Racer Hub for putting on the series. And if you haven't checked it out, check out simracerhub.com. It's a great place to keep all your stats and points and league results. That's where our results will be going here in just a little bit. We're working on some big new things that'll really help out the site in the future. So stay tuned on that. Thanks to you guys at the Ghost Racing Network on putting on a great broadcast. Thanks to all the racers coming out and supporting us. I think we got a good thing going here, and looking to grow.
Yeah, man. Well, crazy finish, but good win. I'll let you go here, and I will roll these ads, and I will get y'all out of here. But good win, Clinton.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was Clinton Sneed, the race winner here. I'll go through the finishing order. First, Clinton Sneed. Second, Gabriel Ellison. Third, Brian Knoll. Fourth, James Nelson. Fifth, Michael Garone Jr. Sixth, Andy Rapano. Seventh, Brandon Zimmerman. Eighth, Doug Denise. Ninth, Joseph Plaggard. 10th, Doug Newbigging. 11th, Stu Leslie. 12th, Zachary Hockemeyer. 13th, Matthew Ayla. 14th, John Peely. The last truck you see on there is Race Control. Doug, he's probably got to be ripping his heart out right now. Just pulling a Mark Martin. But, Andrew, what was your take on the race here?
So through the first 9/10 of this race, it was mainly between Douglas and Andy. Those two were dominant all race long. They pulled away from the entire pack. They saved their tires, and they were in control of their own destiny until the caution came out. When the caution came out, everything flipped out. It was back to pack racing, and it was just mayhem from there. We had an unexpected winner, and it was just insane. I got no words.
Yeah, man, crazy finish. But I'll be streaming here tomorrow on Ghost Racing Network and the Ghost League if y'all are free, and I will roll these ads, but I will let you all get out of here very quickly.